I thought these camel markers would just be a backup for my beloved Poscas, but now I'm genuinely confused. Hi, I'm Dr. Shazia, your partner in paint, and if you are someone who enjoys secret art tips, juicy painting demos, and brutally honest art supply reviews, then welcome to Conversations with Canvas, your space for all that art magic. I received these camel acrylic markers a few months back, and I thought it would be great to review and compare them with the king of markers, that is Posca. Now I'll start with the basics, that is the packaging. Now these markers come in this plastic casing which is quite sturdy and durable and also screaming, I want to go on a vacation with you. Whereas the Posca markers, they come in a thinner plastic casing which is not as durable as this one. So the camel markers packaging is, I feel, more durable and travel friendly. Now let's talk about pricing. The camel marker set of 12 comes for around 790 Indian rupees compared to Posca where a set of 8 markers cost around 1200 rupees. So if you are an artist who just wants to try out the markers but not commit to that, the camel markers is definitely a low risk high reward deal. When it comes to color range, Posca is a true winner. Now the camel markers come in this beginner friendly set of 12 which is great to get started. Whereas Posca on the other hand offers a lot of options, and the best part, you can buy individual Posca markers, so if you run out of colors, you don't have to replace the whole set. Just like the Posca, the camel markers also have a color coded cap which makes it very easy to guess the color. Also these markers have a bullet nib. Now personally I love the bullet tip as it's sturdy, it doesn't fray easily, it is great for clean lines and the teeny weeny details. Also it is good to cover up large areas. Posca on the other hand has been in the market since a long time, so it has a lot of options. It has a micron tip, a bullet tip, and even a chisel tip. Any acrylic marker that is to be considered a good marker has to pass this test, that is the opacity and vibrancy test. The Posca markers are known for their opacity and the beautiful vibrant colors. Now it's time to swatch these beauties and see if they are as opaque and vibrant as the Posca ones. Now the paints are flowing pretty smoothly over here. The opacity I feel is really holding out well, and the colors, I love the blue. Okay, but I just wish that the red they have given in the pack should have been a tad bit warmer. It's quite a cooler red, and that though is not a deal breaker, I just feel a deeper red would have just been so yummy. Other than that, all the other colors are pretty good, and it's a pretty good color palette for a beginner range. I went a little further and I tested these markers on different surfaces to check their opacity, and I feel they fared really well on all these surfaces. And just for fun, I also painted this cute little mushroom on this MDF surface. I didn't apply any primer, I just went straight with the camel markers, and I love the gorgeous result. As I'm currently hosting the Alphabet Still Life Paint Challenge on Instagram, and this week it's going to be letter M, I thought it would be nice to paint these mushrooms with these camel markers and the on the camel sketchbook. Now instead of painting a cute glowing illustration, I'm thinking of pushing these camel markers a bit further and actually check out how well these colors will perform in a more realistic style. I'm sketching the mushrooms very loosely using a micron pen. This is just enough to get the basic shapes down. No details here, just a guide to work over with the markers. Before I dive into coloring, I'm sharing a quick look at how I got the ink flowing in these camel markers. I first gave the markers a good shake, and then I pressed the nib a few times on a paper till the color started flowing. And that's it, now the markers are good to go. For the mushroom heads, I'll be using black, brown, orange and white. Now the paint is quite juicy and it's flowing pretty smoothly on the paper. Also you can see that I have started with the darker colors, that is I've started with black and then with browns. After blending these two colors, I'll be going over it with orange, and in the end I'll be adding white. For a realistic blend of all the colors, I'm using a water brush. This gives a very nice smooth finish. The drying time of these markers is quite good and honestly a blessing, as it is giving me plenty of time to move the paint around before it dries. The results, as you can see, are realistic, softer blends. The color blocking on the mushroom head is done, and while that dries, I'm just moving on to the stalks. For this, I'm going to be using brown, yellow and white, layering and blending in the same manner as I did for the heads. Now sometimes when we are painting with markers, now especially the lighter markers, the bullet tip gets dirty with the other darker colors. Now the best thing to do at this time is to wipe the tip with a wet cloth or a wet wipe turn the tip around, and guess what? You have a new clean tip again. That's why I just prefer buying markers which have bullet tips. Now for the background, I decided I wasn't going to go too realistic like I went for the mushrooms, but I'm going to just go with in blues and keep it really loose, just fill up the space with color and let the mushrooms shine as the stars of the piece. As I'm working on the layers of the mushrooms, I thought it would be good to just wrap up what I liked about these markers and where there's room for improvement. So I loved the price and packaging. It is super beginner friendly and so easy to carry around. The bullet tip is definitely my favorite choice of nib, and the paints, what should I say? Juicy, vibrant, opaque, and blend so damn easily. As for where these markers could improve, the color palette I feel is quite limited, just 12 colors. So if you're working on something more complex, this could be a restriction. And these colors are not sold individually, so restocking can definitely be an issue. And this wraps up the Camel Markers Showdown. Now these markers I feel are a great beginner option and also a fun addition to your art stash. Also, do you have any good ideas about what I should include in my next review? Do let me know in the comments. I'm all ears and super excited to try out new art supplies. Coming up next is letter N in my Alphabet Still Life Paint Challenge, and I'm going to be painting something really interesting. Share your guesses in the comments below. Until next time, take care, keep creating, and I'll see you soon for more art magic on Conversations with Canvas. Bye!